it shouldn't take but a few minutes to propagate itself throughout the streams. I am checking YouTube, and yes, we're live over on YouTube already. So good evening and welcome to Let's Talk Shop with Russ.
Twitch is live also.
Thank you. So good to have you here tonight.
Here we are.
I'm trying something a little bit different and unique. I was able to upload a virtual background, and so I'm using this, and I actually like it better because I have that TV that's usually over behind me, but it's, even though it's 32 inch and it's fairly close, it's really hard to see, but I'm going to like this a lot better. So
how do you get the stuff to scroll back, and you use an OBS with it?
For what?
To put the
it's a video, right?
Your background.
If I told you, I'd have to kill you because y'all kept that stuff secret from me for a long time.
It's
I didn't want you to take over the
video,
world
Jim.
with it, but
I bet you that's a Zoom thing. Is that a Zoom thing?
a zoomy thing.
It's a Zoom thing, yes.
And
That's
he
what I
doesn't
thought.
need a
Okay.
green background either.
But it makes it better. I did it with and without the green background, and the green background's just so much better.
You just have to be out of space.
Yeah, but see, now when you turn, your head does all kind of weird, funky things. When I do it, my head won't do those funky things.
You're right. L
Oh,
disappears. We
Russ.
can't
That's
see
the
him.
difference
hey,
between
speaking
a
of green screen,
screen
my
and a
corner's showing.
non-green screen.
That looked pretty
Al's
good.
just out of this world. You're stuck in a wooden box, Russ.
My corner is showing.
Hey, Richard, it looks like you're in a wooden box there, man.
This is the porch I built when we first moved in.
With a light.
It looks nice. It looks like you're up at a cabin. I like
That's
it.
exactly what I wanted. This is rough sawn lap cedar siding.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. It looks awesome.
So mine's real, Russ. See? Knock on wood, not knock on green screen.
We can see your sponsors real good now.
That's right. I've got lamps, USA lamps.
I'm talking about Russ.
He's
And
talking
I
about
got Power Supply USA. Everything's USA. And then I've got a Logitech mouse.
Woo.
Ooh, look at that.
My other computer died. I buried it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now back to our regularly scheduled show. Russ, clarity.
But anyway, yeah, I like it how you can see my sponsors over here now. You can see them really, really cool. See and subscribe. And then I'm up here on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
You know, some of that wood you got behind you, you shouldn't have put on the wall because it'd be pretty good for scrolling.
You talking to Richard?
So I'm talking to you.
Oh,
Paneling doesn't work too good on
Hey,
the
you know,
scroll.
Paul's right. I bet it would.
all right. Before we go any further, let me go ahead and talk about my wonderful sponsors, and they are Devobal Tech. I got to remember how to point. Yeah, they're Devobal Technologies for web design, development, hosting. FastCap, innovative products for the professional woodworker. Rockler, 60 years in woodworking. Create with confidence. Visit rockler.com. Bearwood Supply Company, your best choice for hard-to-find woodworking supplies. Go to bearwood.com. Klingspor, the sanding specialist, woodworkingshop.com. Seiko, the scroll saw specialist, seiko.com. SCROLLLADO, desk collection for your scroll saw. You can find them on Amazon. I've got to add to this, and I keep on thinking that I got to add Tim Sway for the square, or it's actually not the square, it's the square, whatever. It's a weird name.
Yeah,
So that's way.
It's
Yeah, he's got an attachment for that thing now. I forget
Yeah.
what it is.
It's a square attachment.
There it is. Yeah.
A square attachment. Hang on, let me see if I
But
can put
yes,
it on.
and we've already got, I wasn't watching, I hadn't turned, Aussie Man's already out there. Hello, Aussie Man, Path 1961, James Parker, Jim Dockrell, Alan Carter, Terry Marker. All those people are out there
Thanks.
for review, for viewing us. Michelle Marcoux,
Yes.
he's out there. Ken McCroy,
Hello, hello.
all those people are out there already. So we appreciate it so very much. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up while you're at it. So good. And it looks like, it does look like The Restream bot is working, so that's great. I can monitor them all from one place. If anybody is over there on Facebook, I'll be able to monitor y'all. Let's see here. I have to refresh. I tell you what, while I'm doing this, Paul, tell us where we can find you.
Paul's Messy Workshop on YouTube, Paul's Messy Workshop on Instagram, paulsmessyworkshop.com, and here on Saturday nights.
Jim.
Jim Bashir's Driveway Workshop, getting the COVID beard going here and the extra long hair.
I need a haircut so bad.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Dixon.
Dixon Hoffman. You can find me at hoffmansignsandDecals.com/3D printing and sometimes on Facebook. And I use the clippers on my hair because she was out to here.
Well, I didn't want any blood all over the kitchen, so I won't let my wife cut my hair.
They work pretty good. You grab the right size plastic little thing and do the whole works. And then I went down one and did the sides. And
That's
You didn't
what I
try
was
10
gonna do.
snips?
the back, the back is all bald, but you guys can't see that, so you don't know.
Al.
Hello, folks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are around the world. Welcome to Simply Win Creations Let's Talk Shop with Russ show. And I'm Al Forte, Kilroy79763 on Twitch. I'm actually streaming over there. Don't tell Russ, but anyway. It's great to be here, and hopefully everybody's staying safe.
And Mr. Richard.
My name's Richard. I don't have a wood shop. I'm the token woodworker. How does that
Yeah,
sound?
but you've got a YouTube channel
with 15 subscribers.
It's still a channel.
You don't tell everybody that. You say 1,500.
Yeah.
Hey, Richard, you can hide that number.
Yeah.
You can?
Yes.
Oh wow. So what should I call my channel? I've tried Rich Time. I kind of like the token woodworker because I don't think I'm a woodworker, but Father Russell says I am. So
There you go.
I seen your stuff and you're a woodworker.
Yeah, you
wow.
got it.
Thank you. Thank you. But anyway, very glad to be here tonight. Very anxious and excited, and let's dive right in, if you will.
Yes, we're going to be talking about, and I'm looking, let me look over here and see if, I think I got one. I posted that today and one person has responded.
Hey, can you talk about Whirligig Wars a little bit too?
I am, but only one person has sent me a link, and that was Jim Dockrell about his YouTube channel. That's kind of, I think that's funny. That's funny right there.
You didn't get mine?
Nope. Well, I got yours. You posted it on Facebook. Yep.
Did I send you Grandma Karma?
Yeah, we're gonna go visit that one. He's got some funny crap on there on his, but yeah, we're gonna go over there and visit that one too. But yes, Whirligig Wars. We talked about that the other day, and Whirligig Wars this year is running from March 1st through March 31st. So
May 1st.
Or I meant May. Why did I say March? They
I was
both
going to ask you who won.
they both begin with M. Okay,
That's right.
they both.
It's all right. Paul's doing his job. He's the producer.
March 1st through May 1st. Why have I got March on the brain?
I'm noting that down.
May.
Yeah,
on the
write
list.
that
May
down,
1st through May 31st. Okay, so it runs from May 1st through May 31st. Not March, May. March is gone. It's past. It's over with. So we're in May, or we're coming up on May. So May 1st through May 31st this year. I changed it. It normally ran in June, and then I had the palette challenge right in July. I needed a little bit of space between the challenges, so we moved the Whirligig Wars forward this year to May instead of June. So if you want any information on the Whirligig Wars, let me.
Uh-oh.
I need to do something here real quick. Give me a second.
What is a whirligig?
What's a whirligig?
What's
Oh,
up?
let us tell you.
Oh,
What's a whirligig? What?
I'm the token woodworker. Clue me in.
We
Oh,
will.
you got to do this. This is fun.
you know those things that people sit in their yard and it's got propeller on the front?
Hang on, I can tell you better.
Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically a windmill, or a, what did they call them back in the day that pointed the direction north, south, east, and west? What are those
Wind
called?
vane?
A wind vane?
Vane.
Weather
wind
vane.
It's a combination wind vane with a propeller on it, and it has motion. Like it might have people dancing, or it might be an airplane and the propeller's turning. So,
Guy trying to lift a weight.
yep.
My wife has one out there, and it's 3 pigs, and the wolf is blowing at the wind thing, and the pigs are trying to run away, but it's all rusted up and stuck. So
So
they're not getting away.
they're not able
Richard,
to run
that's what it
away.
is.
This is actually
Whoa.
yes, this is, where is this at? I know
North
it's-
Carolina someplace though?
Yeah.
Is it that one guy that does all of this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Crazy.
Well, actually, he's one, but he has other people that help him also.
Okay.
But this is the Whirligig Park, and these things are just off the wall. Let me
Yeah.
tell you.
I'm gonna have to build one with like a tombstone that shakes and rattles when the
There you
wind
go.
blows at
There
night.
you go. Well, you've got the whole month of
Or you could build a
Maybe.
grave where a hand comes out of the grave.
Comes out. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Let me get prepared here.
So there you are. That's what they are.
All right. So if you want information on Whirligig Wars, the best place for me to show you how to find it is you go to my website. Oh, it's the wrong one. Why am I here? It's over here.
And you can't have any like artificial power. It has to be wind driven, correct?
It has to be wind driven.
Correct.
Has to be wind driven. You go to my website, which is here. I'm looking around to see if it's.
Aussie said we should throw last week, the week in March we were talking about. Anyway, put last year's winter up there and let Rich get an idea about what.
I'll go. I'm going to. Give me some
Okay,
time.
great.
Go,
See, Aussie, that was a good idea.
go over here to the navigational bar on my website. Come over here to challenges. Go down to Whirligig Wars, and then over to 2020 Whirligig Wars. All the information you will need is right here. Rules on how to enter. How you got to send me an email to contest at simplywoodencreations.com. The structure of the email is right here. Richard, you asked what a whirligig is. It even answers it. It says a whirligig generally combines the functions of a weather vane and a windmill. To be more specific, it's a weather vane with a windmill on the side to help it catch the wind. So if you can go ahead and read all that about what a whirligig is. Judging and prizes. The judging criteria is creativity, originality, and craftsmanship. I will say that Simply Wooden Creations reserves the right to modify the date, times, rules, disqualify entries, and choose prizes for the challenge, etc., as needed due to unforeseen circumstances. And then these are actually last year's sponsors. I am working on getting the sponsors in. More than likely, I would be almost a 99.9% assurity that these sponsors will be back this year. That's the reason I never change them, because most of the time they come back. And so it's easier for me to just leave them up than it is to try to delete one or change one a little bit, alter it. Like if Fast Cat last year gave a 16-foot Pro Carpenter tape and a 6-ounce high bot, If they give me another prize this year, it's easier for me to go in there and change that picture than it is to replace the whole thing. So, but I assure you, we will have just as many or probably more sponsors this year in the Whirligig Wars. The big Mac Daddy prize was from my friend Steve Good. It was a Visa gift card worth $100. That was the Mac Daddy prize. So yes.
Hold on, wait, put it back. Let me write that card number down.
Yeah. But yeah, and I did a little live video on making the hub and blades on a scroll saw. That is here. So yes, Whirligig Wars is here. Now give me 1 second. We're back. So yeah, let me go ahead and pull up.
And if you don't want to make your hub on a scroll saw, Patrick over at Patrick's Workshop has a really good video on how to make a hub on the table saw.
Yes, there's several videos. Just type in Whirligig War or Whirligigs into YouTube, and you'll come up with a lot of Whirligigs. Wasn't the if I'm not mistaken, wasn't in the Rooster last year's?
Yes, I thought it was too.
Yeah, I think
that was pretty neat.
I'll go with that. Sure.
I'm pretty sure it was. I mean, I'm not 100% positive. All right, so we'll just take
it's still a good one.
Yeah, we'll just take a few minutes to run over here and look at some of last year's entries for Richard and for all of those who...
Before we start, can I mention something? It was Leonard Davis out there that pointed out, Richard, that it's a windmill, not an electrically driven mill, or something like that. I thought that was interesting.
He said it, Richard. He actually said, Richard, it's wind, not rat driven.
Yeah, there you go, rat. Yes, yes. There you go, rat. No, rat mill. It's a windmill.
Well, you know me. I've got washers and dryers. I'd hook a motor up to it and watch that thing fly like a kite.
Yeah.
Thank you, Russ, for pointing out it was rat.
It was a rat. All right, so this is last year's winner, Richard.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy is somewhat of an engineer, I believe.
I can tell already what it does. He flaps his wings as his tail goes around.
Yes. Well, let's go ahead and go back here to the...
I'm going to lay an egg here pretty soon. Oh, wait, that's a rooster.
I was going to say, he's not laying eggs. So if I steal that idea, I got a good chance of winning. If I steal that idea and just put a duck head on there.
There you go.
Yeah, his wings flat, his tail feathers are actually the propeller, and even his mouth opens and closes, and his little what do they call that thing? Ganglia or whatever?
Gaggle?
Yeah, something that hangs underneath his mouth.
Red thing.
Yeah.
That kind of actually moves also.
Excellent paint job.
Yeah, here's Paul's, and you see Paul waited. I think Paul waited to the end of the.
No, I showed it. Well, I think I showed it at the beginning, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
No, I guess not.
Yeah, you waited till the last, so I could have disqualified you for that.
Okay. That's all right. There it's going.
And it can be made out of any materials, right?
Yeah, he's got kids on a like pull-up bar, and he's slapping the crap out of them.
It just looks funny to me, Paul. Sorry.
Didn't you take it outside?
There wasn't any wind.
Oh, I thought you took it outside and tried. Maybe it was the year before. But
Yeah,
see how the little guys are hanging on the pull-up bars?
For dear life.
Yeah, they're hanging on there for dear life. That's for sure.
See, now if you could put electronics on there, you could have them all throw up when they're done.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good idea.
This one was a beautiful one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Look at the, let's see if I can get it here.
That looks like a 3D printed propeller.
Look at the
doesn't it?
fluid motion of that in the legs.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and the head. Now these are, like I said, last year's entries. Jim Bashir's, he did where's it at, Jim? There it is. He was having a hard time with his turning.
I have to say that it died during the last really bad windstorm.
It did.
Yeah, my poor duck has been laid to rest.
But he made a duck.
Squirrels love it.
The squirrels ate them?
No, the squirrels hated this thing.
Oh,
Now,
hated
Richard, this is one of the ones that placed two. This one was really neat.
Well, we have squirrels in our garden, and we don't like them because they
Oh, I
chase the
love
birds
those
away.
Well, make a whirligig that beats on one of those aluminum pie pans, and they'll leave you alone.
Yep. They don't like things that move like that.
Yeah. But watch
Freaks them out.
look at the detail in this thing, and then
Oh
look
my goodness!
yeah. This is called Venice. I mean, the detail that he put into this is just amazing.
That's crazy.
The water moves, the gondola moves. Look at the buildings. Look at this one building. It's got the clothes hanging out on a line. Got the bridge.
I wish I could paint that good.
Yeah, don't you? Me and you both. That thing is just awesome. He swings around to the back side on this, and he even decorated the back side. Look, he's got Venice. Even the back side of the buildings.
That's gorgeous.
This is another one that was really good. Look at this one. Look at the movement in this one, Richard. He's got his legs move for the horse, the reins, the wheels are moving. The guy's baling hay or pitchfork with a hay. I mean, just phenomenal. We had
I wonder what his gearing was like to get the wheels to turn that slow.
Yeah, we had 10 entries last year for the Whirligig Wars, 10 entries. So I just checked this afternoon, I believe it was, and we've had 96 people visit the Whirligig page on my website. 96 people have actually looked at that page.
Cool.
So if I just get 1/3 of those 96, which would be 32 people enter, that would just blow my mind. I mean, so I'm really hoping that we get that many this year. Really do. Lady Frenzy Wicked Truth over on Twitch wants to know, she says, what's up with the next contest? I missed all or most of it, or the NES contest.
Yeah, I went ahead and posted the link to the contest.
Whirligig Wars. Okay, thank you.
Friends is a friend of mine from Twitch.
Okay.
And I kind of dragged her over here, I guess.
Thank you.
There may be others.
Al, Donna Presley's out there, Jim Dockrell's out there, James Parker, Lady Frenzy, Wicked Truth are all out there watching us. Thank you, Killer. She calls me Killer, Al?
She calls me Killer, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, we won't go into that. But yeah, so it runs from May 1st through May 31st. And like I said, I've got a couple more sponsors. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot more entries this year. So I'm going to work on a couple of more new sponsors, but I'm pretty sure, I haven't heard back from everybody, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to have all the sponsors that were on there last year again this year. So that's good. Anything else? Jim reminded me of the Whirligig Wars.
Richard, any questions? I'm just joking, man.
No, well, there's a couple. Do they make stainless steel bearings for those?
I mean, they don't make them specifically for Whirligigs, but you can use stainless steel bearings.
Okay, because everything that we get, that she gets, she's got a garden and she loves those things, and the bearings are always rusting up and seizing up. That's why the pigs are dying, because the wolf is getting them.
Yeah.
Which brings me or you
Darwinism.
to the point. You can use anything, any
Yes.
materials. You can do anything as long as you don't put electricity to it.
Well, I understand now.
Or rats in your case.
Let's get back.
I could put the old hearse there and make it like a crank up one.
There you go.
Dr. Paul there trying to crank his hearse.
There you go. That would be perfect. Let me go back and share this one thing real quick, which shows you a little bit of something. This is back to the rooster. Now, this guy used, what is it called? Dixon?
UHMW. I was just going to suggest if he makes bearings out of that, it'll last forever outside.
Yes, UHMW. It's a plastic, and this guy used it in his Whirligig, and we'll go forward a little bit. You can see down in there, see how he used the plastic and he used metal gears and stuff.
It's
to make
cheaper
the-
to buy a cutting board and cut it up than it is to buy a sheet of UHMW.
Yes.
I was
Probably
just
be.
thinking that.
That's what it's
Yes.
made out of. I've made a lot of bearings
I
at home
have
with that.
cutting boards made out of that. And so, yeah, you would be cheaper to go to Walmart and buy one of the $2 or $3 or $5 cutting boards, because a sheet of that stuff, if you time you order it and pay to have it delivered, you're looking at probably $40-50 for a good sized piece. So,
Good point.
and that would be something that you could make for your pigs. You use that and it would last a lot longer and not rust. So, yep, there's that. So, yeah, that's something to
You
think.
guys may have created a monster here. If I can get around to it, I'm going to build one.
Yay. Yay.
I don't think I've created a monster. You were already a monster before.
Hey, that's a compliment, probably, huh, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, I meant Paul Bear.
Yeah,
Oh.
that should be a compliment.
Yeah, being a monster is
More like a reference for a resume for that.
yes,
If you build it, they will come.
yes.
So, yes, since we are here talking about that particular,
Really, my volume is really low.
It was, yeah. When you were sitting back there, I couldn't hardly
No.
hear you.
Well, then I guess I'll sit up here. How is it
That's a
now?
whole lot better. Yeah.
Thank you, Paul.
Ooh, it's Buzz's girlfriend.
Ah,
Sorry.
all right, since we're going in that direction, let me get up the chat back over here. And if y'all would please, because I'm kind of really busy tonight showing off all this stuff, if people have questions.
I still have to print myself an octopus.
But keep an eye on. I have a big. Jim Dockrell says he has a big block of UHMW, so somewhere in the shop. Okay.
Well, you got the gold octopus, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna 3D print a giant one, the copper
Wait,
one. I'm gonna
Where's my
ooh,
see how big
Russ
I can
know?
get it.
my
All right,
glow-in-the-dark.
so we're going to share this one first, and this is
Oh, God.
Here we go.
this
Oh,
is
that
Give him a
was my-
Grandma Karma.
That was my guy.
yeah, this is Richard doing Grandma Karma.
My gosh. Oh my God.
Rattle magazine people is Grandma Carmen. And I'd like to tell you the story about when I got my new trike. Yes, I had to downgrade because of my age. But it was tuned very loud so that I could hear it and make sure it's running. But anyway, Karma got a guy in front of me the other day. You see, I was tailgating him. I was in a hurry to get to the doctor to get my blood work done before all of the young people come in. But anyway, He starts right checking me and shaking his fist. And as I turned on my exit, karma got him. You see, he hit the car in front of him. Karma.
Go back to the control panel, the surplus power center prop that I was building.
So
Okay.
that's not Brenda G?
That's not Brenda G.
She's not here, so she can't defend herself.
Yes.
She might be in a minute.
No, but she's probably watching and she'll remember, Al.
Oh my gosh, I'm in trouble now.
Revamped tenement castle. We needed this in the haunted house. Individually wired. Gotta make them blink. Turn this on.
Is that an Alan Bradley panel view? They usually don't come angled like that.
Got that.
It looks like a bunch of washing machine parts.
Yeah.
When he backs up and he pauses it, I'll tell you a little bit about it. All right, stop, pause it right there.
Well,
Yeah, let's
Bill.
listen.
Oh, hi, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
You had Bill at your house.
Roll of the tenement.
hold on. Let me get back again.
Okay.
All right.
And there's the tower, all lit up.
There we go.
Okay. All right. Al, do you
Yes, sir.
recognize the top 4 squares with the different color lights up there?
I'm kind of trying to, it vaguely reminds me of something.
If it's a binary number, or I don't know.
Do I need to help energize your memory?
Yes, please.
Some Star Trek.
Engage?
Come on now. This is a trivia for you, man. Okay.
Like a Lazar?
Like the transporter.
Transporter room,
Oh, the
transporter console.
the Lazar panel on the transporter console?
The original series, you remember all across the top they had them, but they were painted with a red instead of a brown background?
Yeah,
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
what threw him off.
yeah.
Now, those are just like glass beads that I glued in there. And the washing machine panel right in the middle in the triangle, yes, that is a console off of a Cabrio washer.
I knew that.
And the gauges on the left and right are hand built. All right, those are PVC conduit caps with utility motors from Appliance Motors mounting to it, and I put little LED lights in there and printed out some photos to make the gauges.
Cool.
Now,
That's great.
most exciting of all
Yes.
is black strip that has the mimicking of the Burroughs computer used on Lost in Space.
Oh, sweetness.
Those are not Christmas lights.
Sweet.
Those are in a Kramer switch, which is a motorized switch with normally open and normally closed contacts. Each one of those things is wired, and it took me forever to do that. That whole thing was 4 months.
I was just going to ask if you had that hooked up to an Arduino or something.
Nope,
No.
that's all, how shall I say, it's not digital.
It's mechanical. Yeah.
It's mechanical analog.
They call it analog.
Yes, yes.
So, and now it's all dirtied up and everything to look haunted. But you know, what laboratory have you seen that doesn't have old machinery in it?
Yeah.
I had built that entire set because a producer was looking at Butch Patrick and myself to do a series together, and it fell through. So I've got this whole laboratory over there, and I've only used it once or twice.
And for those that don't know the name Butch Patrick, that is
Eddie Munster.
Munster.
Ed Day.
Yep. What are these over here? Just fuses?
Yes, those are industrial air conditioner fuses for chiller rooms.
Wow.
And those things are about $129 a piece.
Wow.
And the guy I got them from, I checked them for continuity. I said, they're still good. He says, yeah, but if one blows in the panel, he says, we changed them all because the others are now weak.
Yeah.
Yep. They look like about
Okay.
125 amp or from
Yeah.
60 to 125.
What is
And
this?
then
One per phase.
that's out of an air conditioner. That's just a control box. I wanted to look kind of decrepit.
Yeah.
To the right
Nice.
is a voltage, high voltage
Disconnect.
Disconnect.
Yeah.
disconnect.
Yep.
And I actually wired it to 110 volts to turn on 110 volts to turn on the transformer, turn on the lights. So it works. So
Cool.
there's my woodworking ability there, guys. I am a sci-fi freak, Al.
Indeed, Captain.
And then he also works a lot on his.
A rich time on my hearse.
Well, so I went ahead and replaced those. I didn't go through the process of checking to see if the spark plugs were foul. Well, yeah, I did because I changed those back to auto light.
I changed everything.
Does that thing have forced air or at least a
That's a cold air intake.
cold
Isn't
air?
it?
Yes, cold air. I'm sorry, that's what I meant.
And I'll explain why. I didn't want to put it on there. I want to stick with OEM.
And
Yes.
guess what? It is a big help for everybody like myself. One more time, I hate it when people do this, but you know.
The OEM one was broken, and I couldn't mend it, and it's no longer available, so I had to put a cold air intake on there.
What did you use?
K&N.
Kanan?
Yeah. Yeah, click videos. There's a lot more down there. Oh, God, don't look at the primer. I'm ticked off with Lowe's on that one.
The fire car burns a drive-through in Lakeland, Florida. That kind of intrigues me. I've been in Lakeland, Florida.
Yeah, we were driving along, and Steak and Shake in the drive-through, that thing was on fire. Oh, y'all wanted to see how I did the Amityville quarter-round windows. Here it is.
There you go.
Where is it at?
Right.
Yeah, go to.
Oh, this. Which one do we want to look at, scan through quick? This one or that one? Did he lock up?
It looks like he did.
Yeah.
Richard, you locked up if you can hear me. All right, we'll go through this.
Hello, Shed to Housers! My name's Richard, and I am just really in a great mood today. So I'm about to show you what I've been up to. Are you ready to go?
And I got to tell you, this guy's like this all the time. He really like this all the time.
Hey, in the picture there on the right, he doesn't look that way. He looks kind of
tickled.
But anyway, let's get on
to 11.
Screws
on.
to join it to the curved face. Okay. And then the easy part were the
Yeah.
okay. And just use PVC cement. It welds it together, and I put a few tacks in it. And then I ripped down some boards, and then I made the stiles. Look at these miter cuts. I'm really pleased with those. And then I cross-hatched those so that they come in. And when I get the glass, it will sit perfectly in there. And then I'll install them. And that's going to be a whole nother video. But the tacking I used, I want to show you a new product. I don't think a lot of you are aware of this. But Porter Cable
Yes.
has come out with a battery operated nail gun.
Porter Cable's battery operated nail gun.
Right here. See? No air hose, just a battery, 20 volts. And it has lights on it so you can see where you're nailing. And this is what it sounds like.
It's just like the
That
Ryobi.
countersign. And I used it on my interior siding. And when it's just one guy, you don't have to fight with a hose. You don't have to have a compressor out here. You don't. So anyway, here's the Amityville windows again, and they're going to go up there.
All right, 1 second. Let me stop sharing this so I can get back to my control panel so I can find out what happened to Richard.
Richard died on us.
His Wi-Fi stopped.
Houston, we have a problem. Trying to sign back on. Ionization blackout. 10-4, give me 3.
A Y died.
It's sunspots.
He's trying to.
Hey, you got a super chat, Russ.
Super chat.
Oh wow, Chris Neeland. Thank you very, very much, Chris. I appreciate Niantic River Woodcrafting with Chris Neeland. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Chris. Yeah, Ryobi. I own the Ryobi nail gun, and I really like it. Actually, Chris Ahern bought his before mine, and he used it and told me about it and said, "Man, you got to get one of these. These things are fantastic." And I was like, "Okay, I'll try it," you know. And so I got one. I'm gonna tell you, I have been totally satisfied with my Ryobi. So we're gonna wait for a few seconds for. Well, I'll tell you what. While we're waiting for him to come, well, here's the problem. If he comes back in, I have to be in this window in order to get him back in. So
Does that gun then have a good range of pin nails? And
yes, it'll shoot anything. I've never tried 2 inches, but I think it's from 2 inches all the way down to either 3/4 or half.
I wanted to get a a rigid pin nailer because I've got the batteries for all the rigid tools. But man,
Well,
that thing is expensive.
This is not a pin nailer. This is a
yeah, I want a pin nailer really bad.
yeah. I've got a
the
pin nailer.
Ryobi one is expensive too.
Yeah, I've got a pin nailer, but mine it comes from Harbor Freight.
That's what I've got.
Okay, I got that one too.
Yeah, and I really like it, but it's pneumatic.
Yep.
Right.
yeah, mine are pneumatic because I got the big air compressor in the basement. It's actually pretty quiet.
Let's go back through the chat. Let's see. We've got
Your restream bot sure is active every time somebody does something on Twitch.
Yeah.
yes. It says actually it gave me a congratulation. I've received 100 messages today from Restream. In other words, 100 different chats have come in. Do they make it in a staple gun, James? No, Ryobi or in the only one that I have seen is the Brad nailer that Portacable makes. There's another, I think Milwaukee makes one and Ryobi makes one. I really like the Ryobi. I wouldn't pay the extra money and buy the Portacable or the other one. I'm hands down in love with the.
Hey, it's interesting. You got 20 people watching. You got 18 thumbs up.
Cool. That's really great. I think Mr. Richard has
I have 19 now, Paul.
19.
Yes.
Yeah, I just clicked. Everybody's got to click.
Oh, now we got 20.
Yep.
Actually 21. Actually, I've got according to my thing, which I know is a little bit different, I've got 36 watching on YouTube. Give me one
Portal
second.
Woodworks gave you a super chat, $2.50.
Great. Wow. Thank you, guys. I'm in the money.
Here comes some new tools.
I'm in the money.
Look, I see Spock sneaking up on me there.
It says he's joining. I don't know what's wrong
Yeah,
with
they're
it.
kind of expensive.
I have all of Ryobi tools, and right now Amazon's got a good deal on Ryobi. It's for $109. Otherwise, they're $170.
For that
Air
pin
con.
nailer battery.
Yeah,
powered
18
pin.
volt.
Yeah.
Now, does that come with the battery, or do you have to buy the battery separate?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I don't think it's the
They're
battery or
not
the
showing a
charger.
battery right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
it says battery and charger sold separately.
We have, and I'm sorry I haven't been over here onto it still says he's joining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We've got 14 people watching us over on Facebook. Chris Tackett, Scott Leach, Dale Thorpe, Chuck Martin, David Keppy, Tracy Ahern Williams, Tracy D. Moore, Hans Meyer, Glenn Bashirs, or no,
My
Glenn,
wife's watching.
no, Glenn Benson.
Oh, phew, that was close.
Glenn Benson, Chris Pine, Brian Warner, Jeremy Crawford, and Scott Leach are all joining us over there. So
My wife just texted me, "You're not buying a nail gun."
That's
And by the way, Twitch, since it's the least, last but not least.
Oh,
Wait, didn't
gosh.
you get a stimulus check, Dixon?
No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Just kidding. She didn't. I'm just thinking in my mind.
That would have been funny though.
Yeah, that's why $109. That's a good deal. Too bad I got 2 other pneumatic nail guns, the little one and the big one, so I don't need no more air
It
compressor.
was 170 if you bought it with the battery and the charger, which I guess that's not really that bad. But
I bought some knockoff batteries cheap on Amazon and they work great.
Richard, I don't know why you are having problems getting in here. Let me get, I'll get another link. Just to see if that will change anything. I'll just copy another and put another link.
Last time he had to reboot his PC to get it to work.
You're going to be streaming tomorrow, right, Al?
Yes, I'm actually streaming now, but yes.
See if that helps any, Richard. It should take you to this same one.
I streamed 15 hours yesterday, Paul.
Did you really?
Yeah, and I'm going on 10 hours now, 11 actually.
You know, when I watch you stream, when you're streaming, that really curtails what I'm able to do.
Yes, I realize. Well, I've been making these, so I'm just streaming the making of them and chatting back and forth.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I figured that.
Harry's back.
There
thank
he
you.
is.
Back
Welcome
to
back, Richard.
Here is back.
Welcome back, Houston. Odyssey is powered up. We're ready to do a deorbit burn.
Portal Woodworks, David gave me a super chat. I said I didn't know if I pointed that out. I think I did. Leonard Davis is in the house. Unji is in the house. Chris Nealand.
Bossy Man wants to know the difference between a pin gun and a nail gun.
All right, a pin nailer shoots almost. They're only, I think you can only get them in 1/2 and 3/4 of an inch. I don't know if they make 1 inch.
Yeah, you can get inch ones.
You can get 1 inch ones.
Yep.
Okay,
Is it
That's
head
as far as they
first,
go.
no heads?
but they're 1 inch down to a 1/2 inch pin nails. They're almost like a wire. They're
Yeah.
they're headless. They don't have a head on them, and they're almost like a wire. They're so thin. I mean, they're really, really small nails.
They're great for holding things together when you're gluing them.
Yes, if
Right.
like in other words, if you've got 2 pieces, you know how when you put glue on and you try to clamp it and that thing wants to wiggle back and forth. Well, if you'll take hold it in position and pop a few pin nails in it, they are so small you can't see them and you can't hardly even see the holes. And then you add your clamps and it won't move and shift around on you and you clamp it down. Now, the other one is the brad nailer. And a brad nailer runs anywhere from 3/4 inch. Mine will shoot anywhere from 3/4 all the way up to 2 inches. I've shot 1.5 inch in it without any problem whatsoever.
So then,
2 inch.
what's the difference between a brad nailer and a pin nailer, Russ?
Huh?
A pin doesn't have a head on it.
And the
Right.
and the brad nailer's also a different gauge. It's like a 16 gauge, where the
Pin nailer's a
pin's not
23
even a
gauge.
gauge that I don't know. If they're a gauge, there must be
it's
like
a-
50 or something.
It's a 23 gauge. Is the
It's
pin
23?
nailer.
Wow.
And that bigger nailer, the difference is that bigger nailer goes through 2 fingers a lot better
Yeah,
than the pin nailer.
like they're not even there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't have any experience with
That one
that.
are-
But
And
the
we-
brad nailer is also like a 16 or an 18 gauge, so they're actually a bigger, thicker nail.
Right. Like Dixon says, that the brad nailer will go through 2 fingers. The pin nailer, the pins aren't long enough to go through 2 fingers.
I tell you what, give me 1 second here.
You can demonstrate for it, Russ?
Well, I've got some handy, but I have to get to them real quick. So
I don't recommend this, but the first thing we would do to see how good they were, we would hold with a screwdriver that safety mechanism and see how fast they would
Right.
fire the nails up against the
I was
wall.
gonna say, see how far they would shoot.
Yeah.
Now that's another thing with a pin nailer. I don't think they have a safety on them.
Sure. The one that, the bigger one, I have a real tiny electric one, but my air one, it actually does have a little
A little safety on
yep,
it.
a little safety on it.
Okay, I couldn't
Covered her
remember
butt.
if mine did or not.
The problem with the pin nailer is once them get in your fingers, it's harder to dig out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ouch. Ouch.
I don't see a lot of the big guns anymore for sale with the staples because I think the nails are so much better for roofing.
Okay.
Well, they don't use staples for roofing anymore.
Now the guns
Right.
They
are.
haven't in years.
You can imagine if the nails are a bigger size, the guns are much bigger. The pin nails are a small gun, and my pin nailer is a pneumatic, which is air driven. And then I have a Brad nailer that is air driven also, and then I have the Ryobi electric. But to give you an idea here, real quick, if I can get the stupid thing, those are pins for a pin nailer.
Yeah.
And they're pointed on each end. aren't
Yes.
they?
You actually have an arrow. If you'll look, it shows an arrow, shows the way they go load.
This side in finger, huh?
Yep. But those are a pin nail. That's how they're very, very, very tiny.
Yeah, I
And
use those on the Paltar booth.
Yep. These, I think, these are 1/2 inch, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 3/4.
Uh-huh.
Hard for me to tell. And then the difference is that's a 16 gauge brad nail.
There
That's
you
2
go.
inches.
Yeah.
And that
You
does a
can see-
little tiny head on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a little
Yeah.
tiny head on them.
Like a finish nail.
Yeah. Exactly, Paul.
And then a finish, yeah, like a finish nail. A finish nail's thick, bigger than this even.
Right.
Yeah, and then so that's the comparison of the two nails. So like I said, a pin nailer is for I like shooting, like if I'm doing a fretwork scroll
Holy
saw
crap.
project and I want to put it onto a backer, rather than gluing it, a lot of times I will just take the pin nailer and nail it to the backer, because these little tiny nails will not split the Baltic birch plywood.
Russ, Chris Nealon's asking for you to make your screen bigger so we can see that. Because it's
Yes, I can do that.
Should I kill that or?
What the heck?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know, man. I
nasty.
looked down at my microphone and there's a
What
spider
is it?
running over.
Is that a
spider?
Okay, let me.
I'm to torch the house.
Send it to Richard.
Richard
It's-
likes
it's
spiders.
Not that
Yeah.
I've ever done this, but pin nails, you can cut right through them and it doesn't hurt anything. Not
Yes.
that I've done that, but
Not that you've done
All
it.
right, so let me do the spotlight video.
I still don't see it, but it's probably just lagging a little bit. No, you're still looking at it.
Yeah, that looks good. I can even see the direction that they feed.
Yeah. It's showing
You know why the nails have a head on them, so they'll stop in your finger instead of going all the way through.
Oh my gosh.
Now,
Russell, are those made out of copper or brass?
I don't know.
That's
They
probably
actually,
the coating on them.
they're
I
Yeah,
made
that's
of
the glue. They're made out of they're galvanized, just like thin sheet
Yeah.
metal.
Yeah,
But they're all
I think
straight.
that's just the glue that holds them together.
Yeah.
well, we're really behind over there.
But they actually are they're pointed. You can see the silver. If you can see it, see
Yeah.
how they're a different color right here on the tip. Well, they have like a point to them where this end is flat.
Yeah.
I never noticed the loading of the arrow on the side.
Yeah,
it's
mine
just
has the arrow. And then, like I said,
Yeah.
that's the difference. You can see the thickness.
yeah.
Let me put this on top of this.
So
That looks like a 2-inch.
yeah, the copper.
Yeah, these
looking
are
one is
2-inch.
thin nail, and the other one is a
This is a brad nail.
3/4.
brad.
That's 3/4.
Yeah, I think this is 3/4.
Excuse me. 3/4 inch.
So that's the difference. And then here is my Harbor Freight brad nail or pin nail.
Yeah, mine's Harbor Freight too, because I don't use it that often, but boy,
Nope.
when I do.
And
Now, how
there's
much
the-
lubricant do you put in there? Do you put 1 or 2 drops, or do you give it a good squirt before you connect
One
your
or
air
two
supply?
drops.
I don't put, you can put all right. Here's the thing. Let me tell you about it just 1 second, but here's how the pin nails go in. And then this is spring loaded so that when I slap it up into position, it puts tension on it, which keeps them all pushing up into the mechanism. And yes, this pin nailer does not have a safety.
Yeah, I didn't think so because mine doesn't either. I didn't.
No, it does not have a safety. You can actually pull the trigger and it'll fire.
It's fun to see how far they'll shoot too.
Yeah. Now back to that, Richard. Pneumatic. You only need to put a couple of drops, 2 or 3 drops.
Yep.
In it. But the secret to this thing is because this is like a cylinder in here that has O-rings in it. Okay. And what really tears these guns up is moisture, humidity in the air. I actually have a dryer on the compressor I have here in the shop that actually dries the air out. But so what eats these O-rings up is the moisture and then in the inside of this chamber. So if let's say that I'm finishing this up and I'm going to put it away and I'm not going to probably use it for a month or so, that's when you put like 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 drops into this thing, and then you shoot it like 2 or 3 times to get all that oil inside of it moved around, and then put it on your shelf.
I have a question.
The oil will not, if you use the proper oil for this, it will not hurt it. It's just when you're going to start nailing, and when you put that much oil in it, it's going to start ejecting through the backside, and it's going to smack you upside the face with a bunch of oil.
Gee,
yeah.
Grandma Karma got that this week when she was working on some wood.
Yes. What'd you say, Al?
My question for you, Russ, is if somebody does have one and it's quote unquote seized up, is there any way to repair it easily? Take it apart?
Yeah, well, it's not. You can take. It's not as bad as what you think. There's just a cylinder in here with a spring and a lot of O-rings.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can get the O-rings. You could probably find them if you measure them with a micrometer, but for that type, I don't think you can get the O-rings.
I can order these off through E-replacement parts. I can order this. I can order the kit for this.
The reason I ask is I've got an air ratchet.
Yes. Most of the time you go to E-replacement parts and you can order the kit for it.
Okay, so
the kit runs anywhere between $20 to $50. Like on my big framing nailers, the kit runs about $40 to refix it.
One of those is cheaper just to buy a new nail.
Yes, I think this cost me like $20-$25 maybe. I don't know. I think I got it on sale because I was a Harbor Freight Club member, so I think I only ended up paying like $15 for it. Yeah. So if this thing goes bad, yes, it's be cheaper for me to go buy a new one and throw this away.
The Cadillac nailer now is like a Boss Stitch. I used to work on them, and them are expensive.
Oh, Boss Stitch is still good. Yes.
Yep.
See you later, Timbo.
Yes, James is leaving.
All right. So, yes. So the secret to this is if you're going to put it up for a while is to put plenty of oil in it and shoot it a few times to get all that oil into this chamber. Actually, how this thing works is that there's a spring in here, a heavy duty spring. And there's a cylinder. So what happens is when you apply the air pushes the cylinder back against the spring and loads it. And when you pull the trigger, it's actually releasing the air out of the chamber, which allows the spring to sling forward and sling that rod into the nail and drive it in. So the bigger the machine, the nail gun, so because my framing nailers, they're probably the head on that's 3.5 inches in diameter, and the piston inside of it's like 3.5 inches in diameter, and it's got a much heavier duty spring. But that's how they work. And I don't know exactly how the electricals work. I haven't looked at a schematic of them yet, but there's got to be something similar that there's a motor that's pushing it back and the spring launching it forward on the electric one.
A solenoid or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Now that they have the electric ones are getting so popular, I would think the CO2 ones, I would think they're going to probably discontinue them.
I think
the pass load was actually the first gun that I know of that came on the market was a pass load.
Yeah.
And that
I still think they're about the only ones that that use that fuel cell, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a CO2 and
Cartridge,
it's
yeah.
electric. The electric pushes and the CO2 fires it. It's like a CO2 BB gun. You ever had a CO2 BB gun pistol? Same principle. Same principle. But the battery in the is what causes it to like pull back, and then like the CO2 adds the more velocity is the only way I can put it.
I want to get me one like this, Russ. Look at this. I think this would be really, really cool to get a nail gun like this one right here. Oh, wait, wrong one. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Milwaukee.
Like that one right there. I think that'd be really cool.
Nail gun.
Nail gun, yes.
You flipped on us, Al.
Yeah, you went on something different. You're live.
Oh, then it did move over there. Sorry, that one.
There.
Yeah.
Now do you see it?
Yes.
Yep. Milwaukee.
Okay.
But there's no price. How much is it? Is it free?
Well, I don't know. There's a $239 price down here, but I'm not really certain. But that's what I want right there. Before they outlaw them.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me go ahead and stop sharing. Sorry, guys.
No, that's all right.
Gets confusing.
All right, so
after-
real quick, I promised somebody Jim Dockrell sent his actual website in here. And so
Oh boy, here we go.
yeah, Russ, pre-screen it now.
Yeah, you better pre-screen. Does Zoom have like a time delay thing on it?
I don't know. I've never been on Jim Dockrell's. I take that back. I have watched Jim Dockrell stuff.
He's got some good stuff. He's got some.
Yeah,
good
he
stuff.
does.
Yeah,
So
he
let me
does.
share and go over here to Jim Dockrell's webpage. So this is Jim Dockrell's webpage over here, or webpage, YouTube channel. So he's got some pretty
That
cool.
first one there, he's showing you how to cut your finger off on a
Yeah,
table
I
saw.
saw that.
You beat me to it, Jim.
It's like how to cut your finger off not using a saw stop.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Jim.
Well, that shows whether it's a saw stop or not.
Yeah.
Right?
How to test your new homemade saw stop device.
Way to go, Jim.
My HD dude, my portable wood live guitar work flyer. This is his.
He's got a homemade table saw fence.
Boy, that thing is neat.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm building that.
it is.
Definitely.
That thing is awesome.
See, he's pointing at us already.
Yes.
And we haven't even watched for, what is it,
Yeah.
There it
20
is.
seconds yet.
Yes, this
Yes.
is a homemade table saw fence that Jim Dockrell made.
Yes. And I mean, it's remarkably simple if you think about it. I mean, I'm not trying to demean it in any way. It's like, duh, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
I've been putting a 2x4 and clamping the 2x4 down, but that's the ticket right there.
Yep. Pretty cool bean.
Yes. I love that one.
And he used some really stout aluminum so that it's it looks pretty good.
You could put stuff on it if you wanted
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, it doesn't bend on
Yeah,
you.
with the T rails in it. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could too. You could put, rig something
There
like
he
that.
is. There's a T nut he had in there.
Yes, exactly.
Pretty cool. So yes, Jim Dockrell has some pretty good videos here. So go over there and check out my friend Jim Dockrell and give him some loving. He needs some more subscribers. Let's see what he's doing actually in this here.
You want to see the finger, right?
Gosh, here we go. Oh,
Don't fall, Jim.
That looks dangerous, Jim.
Actually, he's not on the top step. He's on the second to the top.
I know, but still looks dangerous.
yeah, that's only because his ceiling stopped him.
Yes.
Otherwise, he probably would have broke the rules.
Oh, breaking out those hand planes.
Yeah, he's doing the analog woodworker thing.
And let's go take a look at the end here and see what he's got it all gluing up. Pretty cool.
Pretty square.
Yep. So there you have it. Go over there and check out my friend Jim Dockrell's YouTube channel. Give him some love while you're over there, you know?
The sub.
Give him some love while you're over there. Let me check and see if anybody sent me an email since.
I think James said he sent you some pictures or
Yeah, he
something.
sent you some
He sent me a picture.
Or a picture.
Yeah. All right, we'll look at that real quick. This looks like a guy has built himself a wooden motorcycle.
Wow.
Got a
Next
wooden
house,
frame,
somebody building.
a wooden engine, wooden wheels, and a wooden gas tank. Did he ride it? No, it wouldn't start. Wouldn't. Yeah, W-O-O.
It runs on sap.
Yeah. Pretty cool, though. I mean, that is, look at the detail in some of this stuff. He
That's
modeled that
awesome.
after, I guess, a Harley two-stroke. That's what it looks like to me. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, I've got a couple of more websites here that I wanted to talk about just real quick. What time have we got?
It is
10 after 8.
9:09.
9:09. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to stay on here, but let's say another 9:09. Let's stay on here till about 7:15 because in a few minutes I should be able to run through these. First person I wanted to talk about is my friend Alex Fox. This guy makes some of the most awesome scroll saw panels patterns. Why am I having a hard time talking tonight?
Did you just see the one he made like yesterday or the day before? What the heck was it?
But this is his YouTube channel, his Alex Fox.
Wow.
And he makes these, I want to say 3-dimensional, but they're multi-layered scroll saw patterns. And they are just, this is an actual scroll saw pattern.
I couldn't do that.
He
And-
cut this out.
Yes, you could.
Patterns
Yes,
on
you could.
Etsy.
That's 3 dimensions. Yep.
Yes, you could. You could. This
Yeah.
is the sweetest thing in the world to do, guys. Sit down with a piece of wood, cut holes in it. It's just.
See, now look, he's starting to put these things together to make the geometry.
yeah.
Look at that.
And he lives in the Ukraine.
Yes, he's in the Ukraine. I have asked him to be on 2 things. He doesn't have streaming capabilities at the time, and he also doesn't speak a lot of English.
Is he gluing it?
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
he
gluing
glues
it.
with contact cement.
Contact.
Oh, I was gonna say because I've never seen like Elmer stick like that.
No, it's contact cement.
Yeah.
But he don't have access to the glues that we have over here, so that's the reason he's using contact cement. Hey,
It looks like it's working fine, and it looks like it's very clean.
Yeah, it is. Contact cement works very well. Let's go over here and look at this. Let's look at this one. Here's a shadow box. Now these is called layers. See, each one of those are a panel
Are
that
cool.
he cuts out. He sticks them on there, then he'll cut them out.
He was telling me he uses a number 3 blade.
Yes, on all of his stuff, a number 3. So he'll cut each one of these panels out, and then he'll just layer them together, which gives it kind of a 3-dimensional look, so to speak.
Can you post these links in the show comments, Russ?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
But look at that. Isn't that cool?
Hey, Jim, if you want any of his patterns, the only place he sells them is on Etsy.
Yeah.
And go in and do a search for his name.
Okay.
Talk about plywood.
Yeah. Yeah, he uses.
Oh,
That don't come from Home Depot like that.
Yeah, look
No,
at
it does not.
Here's another one that's.
That's cool.
I've done a few of his, and boy, they're really nice patterns.
Yeah. Now this, I believe this is where stack cutting would come in Very, very handy. If
Yeah.
the panels are all the same, you could cut 2 or 3 of them at a time.
Oh, so you drill a hole in there and then you thread the blade through it, then connect it.
Yes.
And
The
then every
blade,
time you want to
the
do
blade
it,
is actually a scroll saw blade. Richard, is actually about 5 inches long, and it's only a solid piece of steel, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so you drill the hole, and you can put the hole through, or the blade through the hole, and you can connect it, and then that way you don't have to do like a bandsaw and cut through your project to get to the other side.
And he just bought a Pegasus scroll saw.
Yes. Well, let's go on down here and
how hard is it to change the blade? I mean, you just
easy peasy.
Aussie said he loves the guy who cuts a lot of his patterns out.
Yeah. Dude, let me look at one more real quick. This home suite, isn't that just awesome? Same way. Here you got the 3 layers, and then glue them together.
tell them to make some Star Trek emblems like the Enterprise, and Al will definitely buy at least 100 of them.
The next person I want to
Minimum.
show off real quick is Braxton has gotten back into doing some stuff.
Braxton is
God.
awesome, man.
Yeah, Braxton Worthland.
Really, Al? Should have known.
But
I was showing him. He said, "Need to make some Enterprise scroll saw." I'm like, "There we go. There we go."
Been there, done that.
Yes.
yeah, this is Braxton's a turner. He is out in
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, Nevada. He turns a lot of stuff, and he's a very, very good wood turner.
Guys, he also does this on Friday nights. He gets on and
A live stream now. He started.
yeah, live stream. So if you can go
But
over there, and
it's not
see him.
until 10:30 my time. But it's 7:30 his time. But yeah,
I see Patrick's workshop over there. Sterling Davis, Portal Woodworks.
Oh, I watch him
go
too.
over
He's-
here and
I
check
like him.
out his bowl, his turning. He is really, really awesome at some of this stuff. And the one I want to actually point out here is he got his kids, and they made a laser engraved sign. You need to go watch this one. This kid is just awesome. He's just like his daddy. Actually, I caught him doing this. Look, he's talking, but his dad's mouthing what he's saying. You watch.
Yeah.
He was mouthing what he was saying. See? But yeah, they made this laser engraved. The kid goes out there and gets a piece of wood, and they come back and he sets it up and everything. It's a real cute video, really great video. So I actually hosted that in my newsletter to tell people about it, to go over there and watch. And I think I'll give one more shout out.
Oh, ham and eggs. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, ham and
Bacon
eggs.
and eggs. Bacon and eggs. Sorry. Bacon and eggs.
I want to do this one here.
Has Braxton been on the show before?
Yes, long time ago. And I'm sure if I went ask him, he would do it again. The problem of it being, see, if I have my show at 8 o'clock at night, it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon over there. But I think he's pretty well tied down with the COVID stuff, so I might have him trapped into it.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I'd love to have him on.
Yeah,
Right.
this is Spy.
She's
She's a friend of mine. She's been on the show before, and
She
she's
makes
still
some
doing
neat stuff,
videos
too.
and still doing quite great for herself. So,
She's like the Antarja queen.
yes, repairing a
Very
Vic-
upbeat.
a Victorian leg on what is this? It
It's
looks like
Victrola.
Yeah, it does look like a Victrola.
yeah, it kind
Looks
of
like
does.
you can open the top like a 78 record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Russ, have you been watching her make that roll top desk?
No, I haven't, and I need to go check that out.
Well, she's making it out of monkey wood, and I'd never heard of monkey wood. Have you?
Yes.
Monkey
And,
wood.
matter of fact, I have some given to me, and my woodworker, the president, George Hatch, and I are friends, and he gave me some, and he's made some stuff out of it. It's very, very hard. a very hard wood.
And it's always
Where does it come from?
I don't know.
Oh.
She looks like she used body filler on
It
that.
sure
She
did.
did.
Yeah,
Yep.
she did.
That is body filler. I recognize that.
Yep.
Bondo Queen.
Bondo.
Yep.
And then by the
Hey,
time
I've
she
used it
stained
before.
it-
I fixed some stuff with Bond, and it works. It adheres to wood very, very well, and it works
Yeah.
great.
That's
And
why
it's very strong in that situation. That's
Yep.
what you need.
Yeah, I had a couple of doors one time that for a customer
she
when I was doing a lot of
staking it.
repair work on houses and stuff that they rented out, and these doors were very, very expensive, and they had done some. The tenants had done some damage to them, and he looked at them and says, "How can we fix that?" I says, "They were actually stained doors," and I said, "It's going to be very hard for me to do if it's stained." He goes, "To be honest with you, they were stained. You know, I don't care. You can paint them." And boy, when he said that, I said, "I can fix them easy then."
Yep.
You're not wanting to go back stain them. You just want to paint them off. And I used Bondo on it, man. It worked great. It bonded to the wood and filled the holes, sanded real nice and smooth. You really couldn't even tell it was there.
A little bit of beauty cream.
Yeah. Yep. Beauty.
I was actually staining that Bondo. I never thought about staining Bondo.
Somebody said you could do that. I've never done that before either.
Hey, Russ, Braxton made me this bowl.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, but he likes to do a lot of stuff with stains, and he like dyed the top of the bowl.
Oh, that's nice.
And then, yeah, but man, it's just, this thing is so smooth, you just wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
It's
He
incredible.
does a
way
real good job.
He is really, really good with this stuff. But
All right. So, when a girl has no name, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's out there in the chat. Thank you for being out there. Jim Docker, Leonard Davis, David from Portal Woodworks. All y'all are out there. Aussie Man's still out there. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it so very, very much for having all y'all out there.
The girl with a no name or the woman with no name?
Yeah. When a girl has no name.
She said you should look at her living room frying bacon video.
Okay.
When a woman has no name.
We'll look it up.
I will, but I'll lose you guys again. I don't know what happened earlier.
Then don't do that. Then don't do
No,
that.
don't do that until after we're fixing to get off here. I'm not going to stay on very much longer.
You used to be able to click on the image and then go to
Yeah,
their
I mean,
web page, but you can't no more.
Yeah, they
It
took
doesn't
that
do that
off.
anymore, does it?
They changed it. Well, actually, it wasn't their image. There used to be three dots, beside their
Yeah.
name, and you click on those three dots, and it gave you some choices. And was one of them was go to their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And YouTube, I think what it was is people were doing that and kind of how do we want to say it?
Spying.
Well, no, networking. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
No, networking where you, what is it? I sub for your sub.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which is very,
I
very.
said,
I shouldn't probably even
yeah,
say that
also.
on this YouTube channel because they're
yeah.
against that.
Yeah. The
So
the algorithm will capture you.
yes, I meant Subway.
Yes. Subway.
Subway for your
Yeah.
sub. Yes.
Great
Oh,
sandwiches.
I always bust. I always bust people.
Yep. Great sandwiches for
Which
Subway.
Brenda G always
Jimmy
says.
John's.
But thank you all for being out there. I appreciate it. Buster and Noreen Stott has joined us. Thank you for being here. Thank all of y'all for being here every week. Thank you very much. We've had a lot of, let's see, nobody's chatted over there on YouTube, but we've still got about, looking at there, we've added some more. We've probably got about close to 20 people and 36 over here on YouTube. So, well, about 50 something people watching us tonight between both. Oh, and we actually got the what's her name? The When a Girl Has No Name over on Twitch.
Yes.
When a girl has no name or when a woman has no name?
No, when a girl has no, that's her name.
When a girl has no name. Okay.
Yep.
That's her handle. Yep.
Yep.
That's her
When a
handle.
girl has no name.
Yes. On Twitch.
What's that song? When a horse has no name?
Yeah, I went to the
Horse
desert.
with no
There's
name.
no horse with no name.
It fell
And I went through the cemetery with a hearse with no name.
in the desert. You can't remember your name because there ain't no one for to give you no pain. Oh.
Very good.
Yeah. I guess it rains down in Africa. Remember that?
Toto.
Yep.
Oh no, yep, that's right.
Yep. All right. So yeah,
Block
we're
the
getting out of here.
80s out.
Thank you, Richard, for being on tonight. I appreciate it. Had a
Thank
lot
you,
of
sir.
fun. Thank you, Al, Dixon, Jim,
Hey,
and Paul. Thank all of y'all for being on here.
And thank you, a girl with no name.
Yes.
And a girl has
thank
no.
you to Jim Dockrell for sending me your email with your YouTube channel for us so we could go over there and look at it. So just look up, Jim says, just look up my name on YouTube. That's the channel name. Yes, his channel name is Jim Dockrell. So, all right, we're out of here.
Real creative.
Listen, there's only a few things we got to remember. And one is if you're too darn busy to get out in your shop and make some sawdust, you're just too darn busy. Just give me sawdust, lots of sawdust all around me and everywhere. I like it flying all around my shop and even in my beard and hair. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Good night, everyone. And Chris isn't here to say it. Who's going to say it?
God
you
bless.
can't,
John boy.
you can't stay here, but they don't want you at home either.
That's close enough.
No,
You got to stay at home.
That was good.